Bienvenido, raza, a Puro Potente, where everything we talk is potente. The past, the present, and the future. Thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of Puro Potente. On today's episode, we're going to be talking a little bit of things that are going on in the Onda, some of the stuff that's in Vegas, my experience in Vegas, and we're gonna go back and take it to Potente past and talk a little bit about some of the things that occurred within the band way back and how things were. But we're gonna start it, and it could go this episode and another, maybe another. I don't know, depending on how quickly Johnny and I get through it. Johnny, how you been, brother? How is it over there?
Doing good, buddy. Doing good. Finally got to work today after a rainy week, and man, I just want to say, praying for Uvalde and all that area that way with all the floods they got, man. That was gacho, man. That's a bad situation over there, man. And I hope they get
I
the
know.
resource and the help they need up there, man, because it's pretty bad.
Yes.
But I saw bridges washed away and hombre, man.
Did you
I
see
feel bad
that?
for those people over there, man.
I
And
know.
just want to say, man, we're praying for them, thinking about them, all the area up that way, Uvalde area, and the Frio River, all that way, man. It's just Kerrville. No matter what, it was gacho, pero I'm just glad that, unfortunately, I think they said they only had two fatalities. I think that's what I've seen, nomás dos, for now, and I'm just glad that it wasn't much more, So, pero
Yes.
aquí, aquí we got some rain. We got some rain. We finally got seco. We got to finally got to get to work today, man. But just getting off, buddy. Just
I
getting
know.
off, man. So, you know,
Well, thank you. It's been a while since we've been on, like I said, and just kind of want to come on and say hi to the people, cover a little things. I know you got things you got to be doing here shortly. So what do you call it? We'll do a 40-45 minute show, and then we'll get on because I know we all got to have things to do. We were in Vegas. I was in Vegas, and I want to thank Veronica, Johnny J, for giving me the opportunity to perform out there with Conto Diferencia, and just to be part of their event. Uh-oh. Are you there? Hey, Johnny, you there? Hey, ¿me oyes? ¿Me oyes? We're having some technical difficulties on Johnny's end. Let's see if we can get him back. If not, I'm going to go ahead and cover a few things. I want to thank I want to thank Johnny J and Veronica for giving me the opportunity. Veronica, congratulations on a wonderful event, and I was just glad to be a part of that. William, it was also a pleasure to see and meet William. Thank you for tuning in, William. It was great to be able to see you, JR and Monica. I said this to many people, and I've said it to. It was an honor for me to be able to sing with Monica. I had heard about Monica Andrada. I had never really listen to the music because I'm tuned into what I do. I'm not too focused on everybody else, but it was a pleasure, and I had nothing but good things to say about her. To be able to back her up on the voice, man, I was very impressed with her voice and how she sang. Very, very good. And with JR's JR, I mean, we're Cards County, so there's nothing to say about JR other than what do you call it. He gets up there, he does his thing very much like Punto Diferencia, and it was a pleasure. Hopefully we can do it again. That would be great. Your talents are awesome. Thank you, William. I really appreciate that so much. You can't even imagine. And like I said, you do a wonderful job with all your artists. And keep up the good work. And then all of the events that you guys put out there in Colorado and in those areas. And I wish you the best. If there's anything that we can do to help you and you guys, man, aquí estamos. You know that. I do want to cover. There was some things. Intocable got a star in Hollywood or something, and there's a lot of backlash. Some people posted some ugly posts. We thank you, William. I appreciate that, and yes, we would be out there, and we'd be honored to go out and work with you guys and your artists. Like I said, man, I was very grateful for the opportunity to back up Monica and be able to sit in with Jr. Uh, I know there was a lot of heat on a post of who was it? Some guy shared a post about Intocable not deserving the star or whatever. And hold on, let me start. You there, Johnny? Are you there, Johnny? Hey, are you there? I'm having problems with Johnny coming in. He's having problems with his phone. Uh, yes. And anyway, there were a lot of a backlash on whether Intocable deserved a star, didn't deserve a star, or somebody, or they just bought it. I personally, in my opinion, I think Intocable is one of the most influential bands in our industry in my life. Yeah, you'd be hard pressed to get me to see it any differently. These guys are, I've known them personally. I haven't seen them in many years, but I have a mad amount of respect for them and what they've accomplished, and I think it's deserved. I mean, from my perspective and what I've seen of Intocable over the past, let me see if I can bring Johnny in. Johnny, you there? Are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, I can't catch you at all. I can't hear you at all. You're not coming out on this side.
Try to get on your phone. If not, I'll just do this like this. But try to get it on your phone. Come on the phone. Come on the phone. Anyway, a lot of I was surprised. I thought this was easy. It's easy to see Intocable deserves this. I don't. We can hear you, Johnny. Yes, I know. We could hear him, but he couldn't hear me. And like I said, I thought this was something that was very easy. I believe that Intocable deserves that star and a lot of work. I know some people said, no, they haven't. I don't like their music today. Honestly, to be honest, I haven't listened to much of Intocable's music over the past 15 years. But, it's okay because it's Intocable is Intocable. They play they play arenas, stadiums, huge auditoriums. That's where they perform, and they sell them out. You don't see very many of their shows being canceled due to a lack of tickets, and they're one of the very few bands that can actually say that is trying to do what they do. So I mean, somebody told me that they weren't being, what's the word, that they're not being chased, that they're not what they used to be. I said, well, I think that's the goal for every band, right? Every big band, they want to sell out arenas and stadiums and stuff like that and not have to cancel shows due to lack of ticket sales. You know what I mean? And Intocable does this on a consistent basis, and they have done for years. So just in that, I think that's, bands trying to chase them down. Other than Frontera, Grupo Frontera, I don't see another band that can say that they sell out those type of venues consistently. And I mean, and they're 30 years. 30 years, at it. So, props to them. Nothing but praise for Intocable and the guys, and they deserve it. Oh, after all the years and hard work that they put in. Melissa, saludos, Melissa. Thank you for tuning in. Rosie, how are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hi, Michael Jackson. Hi, Michael Jackson on your wall. Michael Jackson's all over my wall. Thank you, William. It is so true. I mean, I don't know how anybody could see it any other way, William, than that they deserve it. I thought it was hands down, but I was I was amazed to see. And Roxanne Reese says, "Yes, I deserve the Hollywood. More power to them. I really do believe that." And I was surprised to see how many people actually didn't believe that they deserved it or were worthy of it. I had people saying that they bought the star and stuff like that. I said, I don't think it's that easy, or there'd be a lot of stars out there. I'm just saying, but no, they really do deserve it. Luis, saludos para la raza de Monterrey, para Monterrey. Luis, muchísimas gracias por sintonizar desde Monterrey. Eso. I also, let me see if I got Johnny on here. There we go. Johnny, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Eso. Ahora sí. Johnny, I was just talking about Intocable and their star. What is your opinion on them gaining that star and anybody who thinks that they're not deserving of it?
My opinion, my think it's well deserved. Well deserved,
Me
man.
too.
Hell of a band.
Yes.
Hell of a band. That, I mean, one of my favorite
Yes.
bands. I mean, personally, I know Johnny Lee, some of the guys in the band, but to me, I seen that comment. They're not going to mention no names, but I mean, everybody, like you
Yes.
said, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yes.
It might not be a cup of tea to him, might not be a cup of tea to other people, but to me, I think it's well deserving. Well deserving what Intocable did at this mark in the past 30 years. And we had a chance to, back in the 90s when they were first starting off, we had a chance to hang out with those guys in Vegas.
That's right.
You remember that? You
Oh
remember
yes,
that in Vegas?
when I get thrown out because I was too young. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We had a chance to hang out with them and stayed in the same hotel. We talked and hung around. I mean, and as a matter of fact, they were with Freddie Records the same time that we were. They were recording their first album with Freddie
Right
Records.
before, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. When we were
yeah.
walking, Jay
But
just got out. Yeah, that's right.
mhm. They were walking out, we were walking in. And
That's how long it goes back. Of course.
yeah, and I think it's well deserved, man. Them guys right there, man. They every bit of work that they did already, man. They showed it. They showed it in their hit songs, their recordings. No, I mean, don't matter if they got two Grammys or whatever. How many are Mary Granny? I mean, to me, bro, what they're doing right now and selling out stadiums and arenas and all that, man. That's more than enough, and I'm happy for them, and I'm proud of them because
Me
you know
too.
what? It's putting the Tejano market, and it's putting the Tejano scene in the market, man. Right there,
I think it's well
So
deserved. I see a lot of these bands, and I'm gonna rattle off three of the biggest bands who next to them, and I believe in this genre. You're talking about Duelo, Solido, and Signal. Those three bands, I think, spawned from Intocable. You know that.
yeah, yeah,
They're the bands who right after Intocable, they had. I mean, these guys have been around 20, 25 years. And that's not,
yeah.
it's not bad, okay. You know what I mean, dude? That's a legacy in itself.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I
of
mean?
course,
Because
of
these
course.
bands have been playing for a generation, 20
Yeah,
years, roughly a generation. All these bands have been playing for a generation. Intocada's been playing for a generation and a half. You know what I mean? To
yeah, yeah,
continue to be at the level that these bands have performed for that duration, they all deserve credit. But in my
yeah,
opinion, they all have been focused on chasing Intocable throughout the duration of their career.
yeah.
And that's not saying that. I mean, dude, they all have their own distinct styles, but vienen de la misma mata. We
Oh
all
yeah.
know that.
And Intocala, bro, you could. I mean, it's in the pudding. Look at the Billboard charts, man. The hits they've had.
Yes,
All they man, massive hits, bro. I mean, look at the
yes,
recordings. They're how many albums do they have, man? Probably 30 albums, bro. Probably. They've guys. Oh,
it's
maybe more,
ridiculous.
maybe more. And pretty much every album, it's a hit. One or two hits out of every
Yes,
album.
I,
That's
I
not. You know what? That's hard to do, man. There's not a lot
shh,
of there's not a
no
lot of bands that do that. There's not a lot of bands that do that.
living
So
legends like Ramon Ayala. What do you call it? Los Tigres del Norte. outside that, with
Yeah.
and I don't consider them R genre, but they're all kind of blended.
Yeah.
Outside those, I mean, Ramon's played for what, two and a half generations, man. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
2.5 generations he's been performing to, and think
Yep.
it is same thing. Intocable, if they want to push it to that level, I believe so. Don't
Yeah.
think they deserve the star, but I'm proud of that they got it. Luis says he doesn't think that they deserve star, but that I'm proud that they got it.
I mean,
Like I said,
like I said,
everybody thinks differently.
everybody's entitled to their opinion, man. Everybody's
Yes,
free to speak, so,
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
right. Like I said, but I'm gonna go ahead and get into another, take this to another level because this was one. I posted something yesterday and I took a lot of heat for it, and I'm gonna tell you, I took it personally. I
mhm.
said I really do because I don't ever try to. I try not to. I try to word all my stuff very, very, professional, and I'm trying to make sure that I word everything correctly. And I mean, I'm entitled to my opinions on my page. You understand?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
posted the exact same description that I put in my post. I put it on the original video the 360 put on. I went in, I took it off. I did because you know what? That's wrong, and I'm saying it. I did wrong. I don't think that what I said was wrong. I don't think I put anybody out there. But in case that it was interpreted that way, I went and took it out the original post. But on my page, I took a lot of heat. And Johnny, you know what's funny? What was funny to me is that the people that were having problems with what my post weren't fans in media. They were musicians.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
that yeah, that is very that was very baffling to me because you know I meant what I put out there. I didn't mean it to, how could I say, put anybody down. And I'm going to go
Yeah.
ahead and read what I put so that we can discuss this. This is what I mean when I tell my musician brothers and sisters that times are different. These guys are all good musicians that probably don't perform together and decided to perform in Vegas with very little practice together, if any. Now, this video is out there for millions to watch, judge, and criticize. And that's true. I mean, if you go to the original post, some of those comments were rough. I mean, rough. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you can't
Yeah.
control that. But that video's there. You know what I mean? If you listen to the video, hey, it's kind of rough. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying anything bad. They're all great musicians. You know what I mean? And I did say, I said way back before social media. You remember because we were back in those days. We had bad performances, and we would try to perform songs that without practice, and
Yeah.
we'd butcher them. You know what I mean? It happens. And well, only the people that night, Johnny. I remember. I don't know. I think you were with us in the valley when we tried to play. What was it? A chotis? Do you remember that?
Uh-huh. 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 Yeah.
Remember that? Remember that? I'm glad there weren't cell phones in those
Yeah.
days, bro. Dude, I just wanted to get that song with or go over it to get on to the next one. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah. Yeah.
imbécil. Nos pasa a todos, okay? So it's not, it's nothing to be ashamed of, okay? Absolutely
Yeah.
not. Porque nos pasa a todos. But what I'm saying is that when you have videos like this out there, you know, they hurt you. And then people comment and say, "Oh, it won't hurt them; they'll be fine." No, bro, Johnny, why don't you ever want to go if we don't have a guy in the band? If we had to get somebody at the last minute,
Because I know the outcome of it. I went
because
through it.
there's a good chance that it's gonna sound like crap. And
Yeah.
there's gonna be people with cell phones, and
Yeah.
like when we didn't know if Q was gonna show up to the gig or whatever. Hey, bro, if Q doesn't show up and we just all of a sudden show to town, pick up, hey, we're gonna call an accordion player, bro. You know what that's gonna be like. I simply said it would be better to just, you know what? We did it here recently.
Yeah.
We cut all the gigs. Why? Because I don't want to show up to an event or a dance and not have the product that we know we can put out. That's all I posted. You know what I mean? And that's all. And then I went on to say something to think about for all the solo artists who hire freelance musicians that sometimes don't put in enough practice time or familiarize themselves with the music. They get paid, and then I've had all kinds of comments, rough comments about that. You know,
Yeah.
uh, William, thank you. William says you're spot on. I appreciate it. William was one of the few who actually, you know, kind of saw that I didn't mean it how could I say, I'm not criticizing David Handa or any of those musicians because they're all good musicians, and I have a lot of respect. I said, Excelencia is one of the groups from that época. For me, La Fiebre, La Sombra, and Excelencia, they were my favorite group from that time, and I still listen to their music. But at the end of the day, that video's there. The video's there. I said for people to leave those rude comments. I had some lady telling me, you know what? Keep back at me. Keep back at me. I said, well, ma'am, or why? Or I don't know if it was a man or a guy because you know how these shared profiles. I said, well, why don't you go to the original post and fight all of those bad comments? Why are you coming at me? Go defend them because they're the ones they were left harsh comments. I didn't leave a harsh comment. I said, man, these are good musicians. You know what I mean? But bro, we need to, as a genre. I'm not talking David Dianda. I'm not isolating him or anybody who was there. I heard that there were a lot of bands that put poor performances on there. You know what? I don't know. I didn't see it. I wasn't there. I know Lázaro Perez was there. You know what? But I saw Lázaro had his band. I guarantee you, Lázaro Perez sounded pretty good. Why? Because that's his band. He didn't just hire guys to get there. And if he did, I know because I saw, what's his name, Coco Vasquez. He was there, so I know that those guys perform and they perform good. You know what I mean? But some of these bands just bring other musicians and expect to go and sound good. I mean, come on. I said, and I took a lot of heat, and Coco Vasquez was one of them. Are you there?
Yeah.
Coco Vasquez was one of them who basically said, you know what? Hey, bro, we're human. I said, I didn't say we weren't human. Johnny, you and I have discussed this in the past. You told me a story of Intocable, Ricky, and I told you a story of Oscar for La Mafia.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, these are the two of the biggest bands to do it, and you've seen it with Intocable. That's all with La
Yeah.
Mafia. They started and they jacked it up in 4 seconds. Oh, Oscar turns around. Hold on. You know what? This is a live performance.
Yeah.
We mess up. We make
That's like
mistakes.
that's like Ricky,
Mando
man.
got it. Mando got everybody in tune. Okay, guys, let's do it again. No, and you know what? As professional as I've ever seen it, what did Ricky
Yeah.
do?
Ricky did the same thing. Cuando comenzó, I think it was Mi Droga, and he took off and he messed up. De repente he stopped. He said, yo la cagué. He went like that, and he took the credibility. He didn't put it on none of his other band members. He said, yo la cagué. Y en este negocio, this and that. He talked like pretty much the same. He said like they wanted to give them the best show. So he started over. He said, okay, vámonos, and they took off and started over. And to me, that was the respect, man, for him. For him to
Yes.
stop the show and do that.
In other words, there's multiple ways of getting around that.
Yeah,
We're talking about the biggest dude. I'm gonna tell a story here a little bit. Here, William, they say I've seen it before when a band picks a musician in and it never goes well. Seasoned musicians, but haven't rehearsed. That's absolutely that was my point, William. And no shade, no, I'm not throwing any shade to anybody, because it happens. But
yeah,
we had an instant. I don't know, Johnny, how long it's been when we played the Gallina there in Kingsville. The only difference was that was a song that we were playing, trying to play, and the keyboard, and we didn't know it's only two chords, but none of us really knew the chords. So let's just say it was shit. Okay, it was shit. But there was only maybe 25 or 30 people there that night, John, and it was the last song of the first set. And I don't think anybody had a camera. Gracias a Dios. You had it on a live, but they ya se borró. But I'm gonna
that,
say this. Go ahead, Johnny. What is your
that-
recollection?
it was so bad. We don't know what key that was.
I
None of
don't
us could
know.
sing. None of us could key. No,
Hey, Donnie yelled at you. Canta!
Anthony stopped singing.
I couldn't sing, bro.
Yeah, no, Esteban looked at me. I looked at me and he told me, "Canta." You know what he want to say was that.
And I kept on the keyboard. Da, 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 da,
So,
da, 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 da.
so
I
I
couldn't
tried.
comer, güey.
So I tried to sing, and I was, what the hell is the key? I
You,
couldn't find the key.
el keyboard estaba en un tono, el pinche bass en otro, y el bajo en otro. And you know what? I'm embarrassed because remember in Texas Jam, there's only one way to go out. It's through the people. So, que la vergüenza y Ali, pues Ali made it worse, way. Ali fucking made it worse. Ali was, you know how Ali se pone bien vergüenzoso, you know what I mean? And he let us have it outside. He let us have it. He unplugs the keyboard. He acts the capella. Because he goes, I understand it happened. So, hey, I'm telling y'all this story, ladies and gentlemen, so that you can see that I'm not making fun. I'm not making fun of what happened to David Yan and Excelencia because me ha pasado a mí. The only difference that I see is it that's in Vegas. You know what I mean, Johnny? The song we were playing, we had only played it one time, and we got lucky to get it in Victoria. Second time, we weren't so lucky. And it's not a song that we play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it had been Linda Morenita, o Hombre Muerto, or Siempre a mí, or Me Haces Quererte Más, and we butcher it like that, bro. I might have felt better because those are our songs that we've been playing for a long time. We should know
Okay.
our own songs. But pero pasa. You know what I mean? Well, I got a rough comment from somebody saying, that, hey, well, man, you know what? You ain't human and you'll never be David's level, or I don't know what he. I'm paraphrasing, okay? And that embarrassing. He ain't with those shoes, those crazy breakdance light up shoes. That's embarrassing. I would never
Who
do
told
that.
who told you that?
Jorge Vasquez.
Really? I
Yeah.
you were telling me, did you read the comments? No, I didn't really put into it because I just said,
Yeah, well,
you
here
know,
it is.
whatever.
It's called Only Being Human. Nobody's perfect, not even yourself. You will never come close to the legacy David has, not even wearing your breaking dancing glow shoes with lights. Now that's embarrassing, and I would definitely not get gigs that way. I said, well, you know what? I mean, that's rough. You know what I mean, bro? I didn't call anybody. I didn't call you out. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
went ahead and I told him, if you think I'm such a joke, go ahead and block me. If I thought that of you, I would have already blocked you. But on the contrary, I always tell everybody how good his bajos are because I say it all the time. I tell you all the time, Tex-Mex
Yeah.
bajos are really, really good
Yeah.
bajos. I've
Yeah.
played them. I don't own one. And I go on to say, but on the contrary, I always tell everyone how good your bajos are because and that the only reason that I don't have one is because I like to be different. Hence the light up shoes and all of that. That's why. I like to be different. And everybody has a Tex-Mex Baco. And it seems that everybody has a Tex-Mex Baco. And I told him, ask Adan. I just told him that in Vegas. Because I did. Adan asked me, was going to lend me the Baco. I got to play his Baco, and that was an awesome Baco. It's Tex-Mex. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Tex-Mex. They're very good Bacos. I have nothing bad to say about them because it's true. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna try to say no, that didn't happen. You know what I mean? And then I said, but it's okay. At least now I know what you think of me. You know what I mean? I mean, there was no need for that, and it's okay. You know what I mean? That's all right. I went ahead and blocked him because I don't want anybody that thinks that of me. I mean, why? It's like, are you patrolling me? Now I know why my ears are always red when I come on the show because people like that are my friends watching the shit. Ese pinche vato en esos pinches chinelas, esa pinche chaqueta de Michael Jackson que usa es ridículo. Hey, if that's what you think, that's fine. Keep that to yourself, man. Why? There was no need to post that. I said
Yeah.
I didn't say anything bad about David, and I still don't say nothing bad. But I would tell you this, and I'm gonna say this. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens in Vegas? Yes, it used to be that way, Melissa, but not with the phones now. There
No.
is nothing happens, anything. No, no, there is no privacy anymore. People are walk around like this. People walk around like this everywhere you go. You think what happens somewhere, it doesn't. It's all right there, and there's always somebody. So don't cheat on your wives, don't cheat on your husbands, because somebody somewhere is doing this. All right, and
Yeah.
somebody's gonna see you. Rosa Hernandez, saludos. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Rosemary, good evening, Rosemary. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going
Saludos.
to continue going on with this, Johnny. The difference if a video of us came out, if somebody came out with that gallina video, okay? I don't know. Because it could be out there.
I might have it.
No, no, you don't. Because Facebook already got rid of it. Hey, thank you. Somebody already got rid of it. But if a video surface does that, because it's possible, Johnny, I mean, we've done this for a long time. And
Yeah.
sometimes if you have a new musician, that's why you don't like and I don't like to set in a new musician a day before or the day of. That was my point to the thing. It's better today to cancel the event I know there's going to
Yeah.
be some disappointed people, but at least there won't be a video like this surfacing of you not at your best. And you
But
know this, Johnny. Once people have an opinion of you, no se la sacas, way.
but at the same time, man, you're cheating the people that are gonna go see you play because
That's
they're
right.
expected to see the band that they want that they're listening to and what they want to see. But then you're gonna go take different musicians and you're only just you. Hey, what's going on? Where's these other guys that were playing with these guys or made this these guys? You know, they were. I saw them a couple weeks ago. They were playing. You know, they were all together. Now we got new musicians, and you're to me, you're cheating the fans out of that, bro, because they're there to see the band and then you're picking up musicians. You know, to me that's not. And so I'd rather, I told you before. I said to me, bro, if it's gonna go like that, just cancel, man,
Cancel.
because
I'm glad
vamos
to
a
see that.
we're gonna go up there. Vamos a ir. Primeramente, vamos a ir a cagar el palo because
That's right.
it's not gonna be the. Yeah, we're maybe us three are gonna be tight as hell, but and I'm not saying I'm not bashing that one person that we're gonna hire, but we're
Yes.
gonna have to change all our show, dude, for that one person because we know okay he can't do this like the way this guy does it. So we're gonna have to do this right here. We're gonna have to do this right here. Limit this these shots right here because this guy doesn't know them. I mean, that's a lot, bro. That's a lot right there, you know. So I'd rather
It
just like
is.
let's get bro. Hey, let's cancel, man. Just cancel, bro.
And that was my point of it all. And somewhere in between there, I was a hater. I don't like this. I got people, I'm not answering their messages on the message. They're sending me on Messenger because they want me to see what they, or react to them. I said, bro, dude, no es pa tanto. You know what I mean? I would tell you this, and you know this because you know me. If, I'm going to finish it. If that video of us with La Gallina were to surface, and somebody tagged me on it, I would share it on my page, and I would make a live, and I would, me personally, I would say, you know what? I want to apologize first and foremost to the fans because the fans deserve better.
Yeah,
You just said it. The fans deserve better, and because I didn't either practice or I wasn't locked in, whatever the reason is. You know what I mean? I want
yeah,
to apologize. I certainly would not have fans and colleagues, what do you call it? Oh yeah, defending me. I don't know. No, please don't do that for me because how can I look at myself and listen to that video and say, oh, you know what? Thank you for defending me, bro. It's rough. Listen to it. Yeah, but
yeah,
I mean, it's okay. That happens. Those things happen, and I'm okay because nos ha pasado a nosotros. But if it were to surface, I would apologize first and foremost to the fans, the people that were there that night, the event coordinator, the owner. I'm so sorry because you deserve better. I didn't do
yeah.
my job, whatever the reason was. The execution was poor. What do you call it? I wasn't locked in. I didn't practice enough. Whatever the reason is, it doesn't matter, Johnny.
And I just say like
Losers.
I seen a
Go
lot
ahead.
of comments. I seen a lot of comments. People saying, "Oh, well, the monitors were bad." Well, they weren't bad for Solido. They weren't bad for Lázaro Perez. They weren't bad for all these other bands that played on the same stage because them guys
Yes,
kicked ass. And I'm
that's
not
right.
saying
They did.
Excelencia didn't kick ass because they got it right after that.
Yes, of
And it looks
course.
like they probably it's like, man, hey, man, they finally got it right after that one song. And I'm not bashing them either, bro.
No,
But
no. There's
there's no
no.
excuse. There's no excuse. And no, I mean, dude, I'll play without monitors.
Me
You
too.
play without monitors. But if you've been
All the
playing
time.
that song for 30 something years, you should know what key you're in, what key that song goes in already.
Exactly. And
Don't be
like
blaming it on no monitors.
oh
You know?
yeah, or not even. I mean, let the public defend you.
Yeah,
Make a public statement because I know I would, bro. I'm telling
yeah,
you, I would, and you know me because, dude, I don't like to let the fans down, and we make
yeah,
mistakes. I do. We just discussed this in Harker Heights. After the
yeah,
show or the next day, you call me, hey, which one of you messed up? You knew it was the Bajo, but since we got two of them, you don't know if it's me or if it's Vitela. And what would you
yeah,
say? Who messed up at the beginning? Jacalito. Oh, that was me. La cagué bien cagada.
yeah.
For 5 beats, I was in E flat and the song was in F, but it
Because I
was
heard it.
only 5 beats.
Yeah. When I heard it in my in ear,
It sounded ugly.
I looked over at Stella, I looked over at you. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know who was
Well, I wasn't gonna say,
wrong.
no me iba a vender dentro del
Yeah,
show, ¿me entiendes? Que era yo. But
yeah,
you could stop. When you asked, how long did it take for me to say, no, yo la cagué?
yeah. No, quick. You told me that was me right away. I don't even think I finished. I don't even
No,
think I
you
finished
didn't.
that.
You didn't finish. I told you
That
five or
was
six beats.
me. That was me.
I was in E flat and I looked down. I said, "What the
Yeah,
fuck?" I look. Oh shit! I'm in E flat. I
yeah,
need to be in F. But I corrected it. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
That's what you're supposed to do. And like I said, so I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. It happens to Intocable. We just said it. It happens to the Mafia. And these are the biggest bands they perform, the biggest venues. You know what? So we're humans. It does happen. But take
yeah,
accountability. What did you say Ricky said? Yo la cagué. Yo la cagué.
yeah,
He took
yeah.
accountability.
Yeah. He
Oscar
could have
took
simply
accountability.
he could have
Oh,
simply put it on another band member or something, but he
yes.
said no, yo la
That's right.
cagué.
Yo la
He said
cagué.
exactly like that, yo la cagué. He said so, and I respect him for that, man, because you know that's why I got a lot of respect for that band and for Ricky himself, and that's why I
Nobody.
say we go back. He they deserve every bit of that star, bro, that they got
Oh yeah.
yesterday
No,
there
no.
in Hollywood.
But and right there, what you just said is another reason why. Because
Yeah,
look, they ain't letting he ain't Ricky knows he shit the stick that night or that moment he cut it. Oscar said the same thing. Whoa, ladies and gentlemen, this is live. We only get one shot at it. You know what? We make mistakes, but let's do this
yeah,
again. Turns
yeah,
around, they click it and they come back in. You know what I mean? But that's accountability.
yeah,
You know what I mean? There's a difference. You got
yeah,
people who are bashing me. Don't bash me, man. Hey, some of these bands, when there's videos like that, take accountability. Come out live and say, you know what? This video is surfacing to me. This is us. It was poor execution on that particular song. I want to apologize to the people. You know what I mean? And tell the musicians or fans that are defending you so much. Hey, bro, I messed up. It's okay. Take some accountability because I know I would. I
yeah,
guarantee it. You know it. I'm the first one to say I made a mistake. That's why I work so hard, Johnny. You know that I practice all the time. I work so
yeah,
hard because I don't want to be like that, and I know you don't because that's you practice all the time for the
yeah,
shows. You don't
yeah,
miss hits, and when you do, you take it personally
yeah,
because you don't want to go ir a cagarla.
yeah. I mean that's why we practice, man. That's why we
That's
practice, and
right.
that's why
Exactly.
we play a certain set, because that's
Yeah.
that's how we expect we practice a set, and that's how we expect it to go, and it's just yeah, but it's like you said, man, you got to take accountability, man, whenever you mess up like that, and
Yeah.
like I said again, I'm not bashing David and
No.
Excelencia. I love that band. I mean, I grew
Me
up
too.
listening to them. I love that band.
Man,
You know,
when I was practicing with Chrissy E, just so everybody knows, when I was practicing with Chrissy E after practice, we were playing Excelencia songs. We were playing that song and I was singing it. Quiero despertar en ti. I got to sing it. I got
yeah,
Johnny Rod playing the keyboards. I got Antoine playing the guitar. Joel playing the drums. I'm playing the bass, and I'm singing it. I'm like,
yeah.
damn. I'm like,
Hell,
hell yeah.
back in the Epical days, remember we used to play Excelencia.
Yes, we did.
Remember?
We would play
We used to,
Pilares de Cristal, Tú Eres. We played that one, but with accordion, obviously.
yeah. And then
Dude,
what was the other one? Something Mi Negra? No, what's it called? I forgot the name of it.
la burra tuerta?
Was it that one? I don't know. I know we played about two or three of the Excelencias
Yeah,
back in
no,
the
but
day.
back in the day, yeah, because I mean,
Yeah,
I loved it. It's just we didn't have the keyboard, so it was hard for
yeah.
us to perform those. No se oía igual. No, no, ni por mi puñados de oro.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
dude, come on, man. The hits just go on. That's what I'm saying. I mean, the people who called me out like that had no clue. I mean, bro, this is one of the bands. This is one of my favorite bands from that epoca. My favorite of the Sombra, Excelencia, and Fiebre, who I thought were the biggest bands
Oh
at the
yeah,
late '80s, early '90s.
yeah,
And Vitela tells me, "Oh no, man, Fiebre had the bangers." You're right, they did have the bangers, but my favorite group is Excelencia. And you know how the proof's in the pudding? Because when I hear a Fiebre song, I know the song. In the Sombra, I know them and I like them because it's a nostalgic feeling. But I don't know the lyrics. But put on the
yeah.
Excelencia songs. I know the lyrics to those. Oh
Hey, hey, you can't leave Javier Galvan and Fama out, man. Fama,
no,
they,
no, no.
them guys,
No, no. Oh,
them
let's not
guys
even go
were,
there. But I
yeah,
think that they were post them
yeah,
that group right
yeah,
there, because
yeah,
they weren't really the late '80s. They were in the '90s. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Most of these bands here were in late
In
'80s
the
when the
'80s,
Mafia
yeah,
and into the early '90s.
yeah,
Fama came in the early '90s to the mid
in the
'90s
'90s,
is what
yeah,
they did there. That's why
Yeah.
I didn't throw them in there. But oh, absolutely, Fama. I mean, dude, they had some. We used to play their songs too. We used to play their songs too. No,
En el Q Million, el refugio, ¿te
man, that
acuerdas?
cool, man.
Se, po-
Let's not go
se,
there. We
po-
got too many stories.
Se ponía
Well,
hasta tronco.
oh, you better believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, last week, I think it was last week I was on, or the week before, I did say that we're going to be taking, an episode or two talking about Potente. And Johnny J asked me when I was in Tucson. He was taking me to the room. He says, man, what happened to Potente back in the day? I said, you know what? You need to watch the show because Johnny and I are going to get into that. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny got in the band before we won that competition. And that's why we got in, and I've referenced that a lot. We had gotten in the competition the year before, and we got our ass stomped. We were with Raymond Guzman. He is now performing with Gia Arena. Saludos to him. And
Saludos.
we did good. We didn't make the finals, and I never wanted to go back. And Johnny says, you know what? We're good now. When Johnny gets in the band, we find him in Victoria drumming with his your dad, right?
My dad and my tíos. Yeah.
Yeah, so we found him somewhere over there, and Mario's, or what it was, it was Sundown at that time was the name of the club.
It was well, you know what? Actually, I went to that little. Remember, y'all went to the CWV, and we were playing at the CWV, and then from there, y'all were gonna play at Mario's that night, and that's when
Okay, well, we'll say it was
y'all
Sundown
asked
at
me.
that time.
Yeah, yeah, Sundown. It was called Sundown. Yeah.
I don't even remember that, so you can see how you remember. I just remember watching you play there, and I said, "Oh, this dude's badass." Well, we had a sit-in drummer. It wasn't Raymond, and he played drums. Hector Espinosa would play drums, the quads in the band, but not really a drummer. You know what I mean? And then we see Johnny. Oh man, whoa, oh, we got a good drummer now. We got a good drummer. So you came in, and we went. You said we're gonna go back and win, and we went back and we won. Freddie Records came along. How did that? How do you remember all of that time?
Oh, I remember when I know you didn't want to go. You told me I'm gonna go show you what that you know we're
I'm
gonna
gonna pay
lose.
ten
We're gonna
dollars
lose.
so that we can go lose. That's absolutely right.
Yeah,
I didn't think.
I
Go ahead.
remember we practiced that man for like 2 weeks straight. Man, I was in Carson City over there like almost every other day practicing. We were practicing, and we put a 10. I think it was it a
It was
10 minute? I
songs.
think a 10
I just,
minute.
I just, I just, I just said it here earlier in the week because I couldn't remember, but
Yeah,
I knew
I
we
think it
played
was.
Peta Casada, Un Complejo, and then Totonico.
It was
Those
like a
are the
10
songs we
minute
played.
set or something like that.
Mhm.
And I know, man, I think we had it tight. We had that
Good.
we had that set tight,
But
and we
but
went up
in
there.
those days we performed a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We used to play a lot in the little towns around Carson City,
Yes,
Nixon, Kennedy, all the little towns. We were always
right.
in the little towns performing. So when we went, man, I mean, we 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 went up there, and I remember getting up there. I was nervous as hell, and all I remember, man, we took off because oye la gente, the people started, man, it started, screaming, came up to the front, and I mean, lo and behold, man, I didn't, we got done and everything, and then I think who was it? Was it John or that came up
John,
to us and
John,
told us that
yeah, John.
no matter
That
what,
was
that we were,
that was in the first round. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, the first round, yeah,
But we
and
wanted that big trophy, which you still have at your house, mind you.
well, you told me, you said, I'm gonna get that. That
Well,
trophy's gonna be
once we're
mine.
there,
You told me,
once we knew we had the
yeah,
recording contract. I mean, well, let's get greedy here. I want that big trophy,
yeah,
and gracias a Dios, it worked out for us. And my friend John Gabriel from Superado, he was with Grupo Peligro, but now he has his own
okay,
group, Superado, and he keeps
love
up
it,
with us
right?
a lot. Huh? Yeah,
Peligro,
love it.
love it,
Hmm.
love it,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, he still lives in that area.
And
And when
there was a lot of bands that later on
yes,
came out
yes,
from that competition, man. I remember Alamo, remember Grupo Alamo? Alamo was there,
yes, they're. I
and
mean, there was a lot of talent.
Alma
Yes,
Alma Tejana. They took second, right? They ended up
that's
taking
right.
second, I think
From
it was.
Austin, from
Yeah,
Austin.
from Austin.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
remember
remember a
it.
lot of those bands. Yeah,
Well, that's how we got our start, and we met Johnny, and we got there, and I mean, everything's rocking and rolling. We get in, we win the contract. We go in, we play, we record our first CD Unleashed. It was great. You know what I mean? It was potente at that time. I mean, the way
bro.
you heard us live, that's the way you heard us on that cassette or CD.
Yeah,
That's how we sounded live. I mean, before no, anybody started tinkering with anything, it's how we played. It's how we made arrangements.
Yeah,
That's why I still I like listening to it. Although it's not us anymore, but
yeah.
that's what we were, man. That's what we were at that time.
About 100 miles an hour on the beat, huh?
Yeah, it didn't matter. Vato, hecho madres, vámonos.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you what, man. We in the valley, we hit hard in the valley, man. We
Yes.
we we made it every weekend. We were in the valley, bro. We were playing in the valley. Yeah, every
Saludos,
weekend.
Chrissy and Jonathan. Thank you for tuning in, amigos. Well, I'm going to be
Yeah,
helping out Chrissy E and next Sunday, so it's going to be
I'm gonna
awesome.
try. I'm gonna try to go,
What?
man.
Yo, let's go,
I'm
let's go. Hell yeah. Oh
gonna
yeah.
try
I'll say, you know what? Can Johnny play a cumbia that he knows? Let's do this. Let him play a cumbia that he knows. No,
yeah, that's what I'm
oh yeah, yeah. No, but anyway, when I reflect on that, because I told Johnny we're gonna hit just a little bit, because I know where you got to go in a little bit. That's that first CD. Like you said, it was 100 miles an hour. You weren't the drummer you are today.
yeah.
We were young. We were all young. You know what I mean? And the company, and people want to know the story behind the story. The company was putting a lot of pressure on myself and my brother and my dad. Oh, we need a better drummer. Y'all need a better drummer. And well, we're young, man. We don't really know. We're just taking the word of the company, right? So after that CD, that's why you go to the next one and you don't see Johnny there. Because I don't even know. Do you remember how that went down, Johnny? How you got out that first time, or how we let you go, or how did it happen? Because I really don't remember.
Well, that's when on the second one, isn't that when Raymond went?
Raymond went,
Okay,
yes.
okay,
Raymond laid those tracks. That's right.
okay, but I was supposed to go take a picture, but I couldn't get off of work, so y'all ended up getting that guy Ruben to
Ruben,
take a
yeah, because
picture.
he was the
Remember?
one that was gonna get in. Yes.
Yes, he was the one that was going to get in. And then after that was what? Uh, ¿Querían más?
Querían más, but no, no.
Okay.
Let's stick with Lito. We're gonna go there, and we're gonna finish this with Lito, and then we'll pick this up on Querían más next week. Okay?
Yeah,
How did you feel? Because I know we talked about it in 2019, 2020.
yeah.
This was 1995 ish, I think 95 when this went down.
95, I
Correct?
think it was. Yeah,
Yes.
I think
And
95.
you and I didn't discuss how we felt at that particular time when it went down until 2019, 2020. That's a lot of years, Johnny. That's a
Yeah,
lot of years. Now, I mean, we actually, I mean, you came back in the band, and we're going to get to that next week, right? You came back into the band, and then we moved you here to Congas, and which you were really good at, by the way, but we'll get into that later on. But I didn't get to. I never knew how it impacted you and where your mind was when that happened, because we never discussed it when you got back in the band. We'll
yeah.
discuss how that went and what's that. But how did you feel when you came back in the band? I mean, when we're letting you go at that band, and or whether I don't know if we told you, well, we're gonna go a different direction or what.
No,
How did that
no,
hit you?
no. It never. What? If I remember right, what ended up happening was I didn't go take that picture at Freddie Records because I couldn't go. So I didn't go. So Ruben ended up taking a picture there at the Freddie Records. Well,
Yes,
after that, y'all did have Raymond for a little bit. You remember? Raymond
I don't.
Raymond
Yeah,
did play.
yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to tell you, because I don't
yes,
remember, and I'm
yes,
sure that your recollection is going to be
yes.
much more
Raymond
vivid.
played. Yes, Raymond played for a little bit, and Raymond did that lethal. I mean, yeah, that one
He
he did that one
recorded
with
it.
y'all.
He
Yeah, he
recorded it.
recorded it,
Yes,
but he
that's
did
right.
not come out on the picture. That's when y'all
No,
brought Ruben
Ruben
in.
did, and Ruben did very few
Yeah.
performances with us.
So
I
I
mean,
wasn't. I think right after Unleashed, and in between those two albums, that's when
yes,
everything went down. That's when y'all guys
yes,
ended up getting Raymond. Yeah,
yes, and like I said, I know we had some very intimate conversations, you and I, 2019, 2020, when we got back 3 or 4 or 5 in the morning. And I always told you, man, it's all right, Johnny. Let me have it. Let me have it. Let me have it. It's okay, because, and I told you, at 4 or 5 in the morning, hold on. Saludos. Santiago, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. I
Santiago.
told you, I felt bad going looking back. I feel bad because you know we were real close at the time. I mean, dude, you used to take us to Victoria, me and Junior, and we stayed at your house. Yeah, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? And,
I
and,
mean,
and we talked about that. You know
it
what I
just
mean?
to me it was I back in the day too, man. I mean, I did a lot of sacrifice too.
You
To
did. You
I would
did.
go over there, take my own car. I would take my own car. I wouldn't even charge. Tell your dad, hey
Yeah,
man, give me gas money.
I know.
I would
I
put all the
know.
gas money. I mean, y'all would travel with me. We would show up to gig day. Y'all would
That's
come with
right.
me and
I
meet the
used to
guys
go
at
with
the
you.
gig.
I used to go
Yeah.
with you. Huh?
And I not once, I never once told your dad, hey, pues me debes, man, I bought my own car or this and that,
Yep.
they never. And then when that all that went down, I kind of felt like, well, god damn, man, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I didn't do nothing wrong, but
And that's funny
always there.
because you did tell me, when we were there, we were drinking at 3 or 4 or 5 in the morning. I remember what time it was, and you were telling me, man, this is this and that. And one of the things that stood out to me of what you said, uh, you told me I never understood. This is what you said. I never understood why we had to break it up, or why we had to move in a different direction, or why did we need another drummer or a better drummer. You said this. You said, did the people, every time we went to do a show, did the people not like it? I said, yeah, they loved it. And you
Yeah,
said, well, then why did we have to we have to go find another drummer?
yeah.
And I told you, I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. And that's funny because I was 20, 21 years old at the time, and I'm thinking to myself, Johnny, if I could go back, knowing what I know now, I would agree with you 100%. If something's working, don't mess with it.
That's what I say. Porque now you have the fans. Now you have the people telling you, like the
Yes,
the the ones that hire you. Hombre, hey man, it sounded like shit. The drummer is, but dude,
yes.
every time we played, it was packed.
Everybody loved
People
it. Everybody
dancing.
loved it. That's
Everybody
right.
loved it. Everybody would come and compliment us after the
That's
fucking
right.
band. Everything, bro.
Hey,
And I
we
was
were
like,
rock stars. We were rock
yeah,
stars.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Everywhere we
Exactly.
went,
For real.
people
For
loved
real.
it. I said
Yeah.
I can't disagree with you. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, and and you're telling me this stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I feel bad. And then I told you, because I don't think you realize how difficult. I know it was difficult for you because you're
Yeah.
the one getting let go. But
Yeah.
and then this is one of the things that I tell people. You know, you didn't understand our side and how that he impacted us. And I saw in your face when I told you, I said, "Hey, bro, do you think it was easy to let go of our friend, the friend who would take us to his house and let us sleep there at his place, and would take us around and show us everything?" I said it wasn't easy. But when you got the company, you need this, you need to do this, you need to do this, and
Yeah.
you're young, you don't know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, dude, like I said, knowing what I know today, I said, shit, man, we're rocking and rolling. We don't need to fuck with nothing, bro. Let's keep
Yeah.
this shit going. It
Yeah. I
should
mean,
have been. It should have been like
because
that.
I'm not gonna say. I mean, dude, we were doing something right because
That's
hell,
right.
we went to Monterrey together
That's
the
right.
first time. What other
Okay,
drummer
but
went with
now
y'all?
that's
What
when
other
that's
drummer
when
went with
we
y'all?
that's when you came back in. But my point is, it's the same. It was the same. The same integrantes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There was
yeah,
chemistry there. And unfortunately, like I said, being young and not knowing and having pressure, you got to hear that from me, and
yeah.
where we were at, and it is what it is. The good thing is we're back together, and
Well, ya sabías, 2019, you and Q already knew what was coming, huh? After the
I
gig.
knew it. I sat there. I sat there at your house. I told you, Johnny, I don't, I don't deserve for you to cheat me the way you cheat me. You know what? I said, you and Angel are too good to me. Yeah, I don't deserve to be treated for what you went through, in our history. I don't deserve for you guys to treat me this good. And you
Yeah,
said, no, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
yeah.
Because it bothers me still to this day because
You-
you said it absolutely right. You said, man, there was nothing wrong with it, bro. The people loved it. And that's what's the most important thing. Why did we have to
Yeah,
bust it up?
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And shit happens. Good thing is we're back together,
And,
and
and I mean, we can get to that later on, but I mean, right after that, bro, pretty much after one or two albums after that, that's when y'all started changing. They started changing the style, and
but let's
I
not.
think I was,
We're getting too far ahead. That's for
yeah,
someone. Well, I want to stay locked in between that
yeah,
Unleashed and Lethal because we can easily get further ahead very
yeah.
easily. But I want to leave that for next week. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for tuning in to this edition of Puro Potente. Johnny and I just got into it. We will refresh everybody of this a little bit. Next week, and then we'll move into the Querían Más and when everything blows up for Linda Morenita, where our heads were and what we what we thought we were and what we really weren't, and but we'll get into that right into in the next episode. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, thank you for tuning in. Johnny, I know you got to go. Thank you for taking the time to come out. I know you've been busy. I appreciate it. ¿Quieres mandarle saludos a alguien?
Saludos para todos, escuchando, watching us. Juan, I've seen your comment. Welcome back. He said, "Welcome back, Johnny." Hey, thank you, Juan. He said we've been kind of busy, bro, with work and everything, but I just want to say hello to everybody watching us, and just stay tuned. Well, some we're gonna try to do this. Hopefully, me and Nancy gonna try to do this. Hopefully, every other week or another week or something
At
like that.
least, like I
Just
said, I don't know if we can do it next week because we need to catch up a little bit
yeah,
I think we're one episode behind where I want to be, and I do want to empalmar unos cuantos. That way, when we
yeah,
get closer to Christmas, we don't have to really come on because I want to
yeah,
get 24 to 25 episodes in the year. Right now we're at
yeah.
15, so we're close. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no más que, I'm like I told Anthony, we just been kind of busy at work, and then we picked up this one contract with the city of Victoria, so they're keeping us busy, man. We got to work tomorrow, so
Got to pay the
hey,
bills, Johnny.
finally got to pay the bills, brother. But
That's right.
no, we ain't forgot about y'all, man. We'll try to do the shows, try to come back and see what we can maybe we can get it going every week again. We just got to get some things together lined up, and we'll get
Oh
back
yeah,
with y'all and
and
let
and we're
everything go on.
working on the band too.
Mm-hmm.
We're working.
Oh,
It's Taz calling me. We're working on the band. We're working. I just did the accordion on the new song. So hopefully sometime in November, late October, early November, we can release that. And I'm looking forward to that. We'll the next episode we'll go ahead and talk about what our plans are as far as moving forward with Potente. And one more time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on the next episode. Nos vemos.